Now, family members and listeners alike, I want you to pay very close attention to the information I'm about to give you because it relates to the Dow and some of the largest components in the Dow that will get you P.A.I.D. consistently. Now, it's very, very important that you know what are the dogs of the Dow and which positions are the ones that will indeed get you P.A.I.D. consistently. Bull bear, you won't have to care. So now, with that in mind, family members, I want to present to you 5 positions that are poised to get you P.A.I.D. throughout 2018. These are some of the golden positions in the Dow components, okay? Now, the 30 Dow stocks are still powerhouses in their respective fields and feature enviable moats, large cash flows, and big-time profits for you, me, we, the Ask the Wiz Wealth Institute family. Now, with that, the Dow Jones stocks, what we are getting is that we are getting the top dogs of America's economic landscape. There's a reason why nearly $24 billion still sits in the SPDR Dow Jones Industrial Average ETF, symbol DIA, which is one of the big boy positions in our Mag 7/15 list. And that's because the index remains a pretty good collection of blue chip stocks. But not all of the 30 Dow Jones stocks are best buy positions at this particular time. I bring your attention to General Electric, okay, which is actually a lousy position to consider. But as I speak, with that in mind, I'd like to present to you, like I said, 5 of the best Dow Jones component stocks that will get you P.A.I.D. this year. Now, in no particular order, I want to start out with the big cat, Caterpillar, symbol C-A-T. Now, what a difference a few years makes. For heavy equipment manufacturer Caterpillar, it's the difference between being cast aside as a relic and torching record highs. Just a few years ago, the big cat, symbol CAT, suffered as slowing growth in China and the rest of the world decreased demand for bulldozers and backhoes and other construction and farm equipment. Shares of the Dow Jones stock was basically left for dead. Well, guess what? Global growth is surging now. All across the planet, economic growth has finally returned, boasting spending, okay, and on major construction projects. Higher commodity prices have helped boost mining equipment demand at the same time. And as the leading purveyor of these supplies, the big cat Caterpillar fortunes have returned and its share price has nearly tripled. Now, with the firm reporting earnings at the end of this month, January, family members, we'll see the fruits of that return. However, at the 2017 midpoint, Caterpillar had already eclipsed 2016 revenues. So in the end, the return to global growth with a big boom for heavy equipment will convert down to profits in Caterpillar's bottom line. That makes the big cat one of the best Dow Jones stocks to consider for inclusion in your portfolio. Not to mention the United States infrastructure program that will be going into full swing this year, 2018. Next position I want to give you, that's a great position to consider for inclusion into your portfolio in 2018 as a Dow Jones component to get your P.A.I.D. is Nike, symbol NKE. Now, when you own the dominant and most iconic brands in your operating market, you must be doing something right. That swoosh has made Nike Inc., symbol NKE, investors plenty of money over the years. And the good times could keep rolling in 2018. And let me tell you why. The reason is twofold. First, Nike has gone gangbusters on its consumer direct offensive initiative, okay? And that particular initiative, okay, is an aggressive push to become more fashion forward. That should help Nike drive sales beyond its core athletic gear market and take away market share from rivals like Adidas. And second, Nike has taken its product directly to the consumer. Nike has pushed hard to e-commerce and direct selling to get an edge and boost revenues per purchase. And Nike shares could surge in 2018 as better global and direct sales data overshadows recent hiccups in the domestic market. Nike, symbol NKE. Next, wonderful Dow Jones component that you may want to consider for inclusion into your portfolio in 2018 is the world's largest retailer, Walmart, symbol WMT. Now, whether or not you want to believe it, retail isn't dead. Sector kingpin Walmart has just had its best year since the dot-com days, and more could be in store for the Dow Jones stock. That's because Walmart continues to dominate in online sales. Walmart has gone all in for e-commerce to keep up with the increases in online shopping. Now, you see, this push has included buying Jet.com and a whole host of smaller shopping sites, adding additional online shipping, pickup options, and beefing up the number of SKUs on Walmart.com. And this effort seems to be working. Online sales metrics have really begun to add up at Wally World. And the innovation continues. Walmart just announced that it is unveiling a new Scan and Go app that will allow customers to avoid the lines by bleeping their own barcodes while shopping and paying for items before they leave. And aside from sticking it to Amazon, the move will allow Walmart to reduce its biggest cost, which is labor. That means more money for dividends for Walmart shareholders. And see, family members, this new unveiling of a new scan capacity for Walmart shoppers, okay, where, like I said, they will just be allowed to avoid the long lines by bleeping their own barcodes while shopping and paying for the items before they leave. This ties into the Internet of Things, which ties into what? AI, artificial intelligence, which ties into the number one provider of the technology, i.e. the blockchain technology that will service this Walmart innovative shopping technique or tool for shoppers. And that is what? Who does that? Nvidia, symbol NVDA. They're all in the background of this new innovative customer item or tool that Walmart customers will be able to use to get them to be able to check out quicker. And we're already there. NVDA paying us 371.80% profit earlier today as the underlying stock hit a 52-week high. The next top Dow Jones positions that you may need to be considering for inclusion to your portfolio in 2018 is Mickey D, symbol MCD, talking about that McDonald's. Yes, the golden arches were really shining this past year. McDonald's was one of the best performing Dow Jones stocks in 2017. And Mickey D's finally returned to growth as it plans for all-day breakfast, menu simplification, and speeding up its drive-through lines have worked wonders for sales. And the real win could still come. You see, McDonald's is going back to its roots as a cheap source of calories and bringing back the dollar menu. With higher-end burger joints like Shake Shack and Five Guys killing it, McDonald's is refocusing on its core consumer once again. And that's people who want to spend a buck on a burger. The fast food restaurant chain has announced plans to bring back its dollar menu and launch other value price offerings. Now, while margins here can be thin, the name of the game is revenues. And with Mickey D's looking at adding more kiosks and mobile ordering to its stores, like the previous position I just went over, Walmart, the company could reduce one of its biggest costs for its franchises. Now, with bargain and value deals once again hitting McDonald's menu, Mickey D's stock could continue its surge well into 2018. And the fifth position I want to give you to get your P.A.I.D. throughout 2018, one that commands your attention for possible inclusion into your portfolio is Pfizer, symbol PFE. 2018, beloved, is going to be pharmaceutical giant Pfizer's year. The reason? The tax plan, which I went over earlier in today's Classroom at Walls radio broadcast. You see, Pfizer has been struggling with their higher tax rate. In fact, the pharmaceutical giant attempted to buy AstraZeneca and Allergen in order to be able to move, quote unquote, to Europe and lower their corporate tax rate. Pfizer currently has one of the largest U.S. corporate cash piles offshore, roughly $160 billion. And after the Republican tax plan takes effect, Pfizer will be able to bring that money back to the United States and spend it at a much lower tax rate. That's huge news for investors like you, me, we, the ASK THE WIZ Wealth Institute family. As Pfizer sees a huge influx of capital, the dividends, the buybacks, and the M&A activity is set to explode at the pharmaceutical firm. And the company is not waiting. Pfizer has already boosted its dividend by 6% to 34 cents per share and announced an additional $10 billion in stock buybacks. That's on top of its current $6.4 billion stock buyback program currently underway. All of this means, family members, one thing. Pfizer stock is going to rocket in 2018 as these programs take hold. And as a result, Pfizer could be one of the best Dow Jones stocks to hold to get your P.A.I.D. during 2018. Giving you the top Dow Jones components to get your P.A.I.D. in 2018. Talking about that Pfizer symbol PFE. Mickey D, symbol MCD. Walmart, symbol WMT, the world's largest retailer. Nike, symbol NKE. And the big cat, Caterpillar.